Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Penix. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. On play action, McCarthy. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Robinson on a give right side. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. And look at this defense for the Vikings. They are #2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
They'll throw with Penix. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. The Vikings at 500 at 6-6. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. McCarthy off the play fake. That's down the field for Jefferson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To the air, Penix. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And now an audible here into something else. Penix going to look to throw on first down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Penix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Tried to link up with Bijan Robinson there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 4. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Here's Penix. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And looking to throw, Penix. That's complete to Mooney.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's Robbie Chosen.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons.
This from 44 yards out, left hash.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, it's Jones. And some room to roam now.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Downfield and caught by Thornton.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down, a run with Breida. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Penix on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw McCarthy. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On play action, now McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's Chandler. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now they'll change things up. McCarthy now on 1st down. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st down, McCarthy. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. They'll go again to Jones. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
He's going to air one out, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Now McCarthy throwing on first down.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's McCarthy. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Penix to throw on 2nd down. Right side, Thornton with it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll go play action here with Penix. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Here's Smith to return it.
And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is McCarthy. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now they'll shift things around. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Operating from the gun, Penix. To the left side and taken in by Chosen. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They are going for it. Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 37 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll try the right side with Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
To the air with McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10. Now McCarthy. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd down, they'll throw in McCarthy.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now Penix.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Tyler Algier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Now they'll audible to something else. Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Robinson with another carry.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's 1st down.
He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something